This is Mellow Guslow.
Premier League Week 3, Game 3, right before the international break. Let's hope for a great weekend, and I hope my team wins against Arsenal, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's start with Chelsea versus Fulham. I'm gonna go with Chelsea. Chelsea had a great win against West Ham last weekend, 5-1, after a disappointing draw against Crystal Palace on the opening weekend. But they're back. They just signed a few players today, actually, as I'm making this video. So, you know, that's Chelsea. They always find a way to sign a billion players somehow, some way. But I'm gonna go with Chelsea. Fulham did a fantastic job against United last weekend. They walked out of there at home with 1 point after conceding early and conceding that penalty against Bruno, which he missed. So pretty good result for Fulham, but I'm gonna go with Chelsea. Let's move on to Wolves versus Everton. I'm gonna go with Everton. This is pretty easy in my opinion to pick. Wolves has been playing pretty poor in the past 2 games. They got destroyed by Man City and losing 1-0 to Bournemouth, and I think they received a red card as well. So I'm gonna go with Everton. In a new stadium, they need to win games there. Simple. Move on to Sunderland versus Brentford. I'm gonna go with Sunderland. Why not? They did lose to Burnley last weekend, but they won in the opening weekend, so I'm gonna go with Sunderland. I don't have them going down. I have Wolves going down in place of Sunderland with Burnley and Leeds, even though Burnley just beat Sunderland last weekend, but I have them staying up. I'm gonna go with Sunderland to beat Brentford, which is a underdog game for sure. Bournemouth versus Tottenham Spurs. They just signed Xavi Simons from Leipzig as I'm making this video. A great signing in my opinion, especially with James Maddison going down for I believe the whole season. They need someone who can play the 10, who can create chances, and they've been playing really well. They've been playing really well under Thomas Frank. A great win last weekend against City, away from home in Etihad, 2-0 win. Their midfield's looking good. Their defense put up a great game last week against Haaland, Turkey, Rangers and Marmoush. An overall great performance by Spurs last week. I thought I was getting press and I was watching it on the other side of the world. So great side. Great job by Thomas Frank. Let's see what they can do against Bournemouth. The one thing I don't like about Spurs is that they would put up a great performance against one of the top 6 sides, and then they will draw points when it comes to playing against mid-table. That's such a Spurs thing to do for sure. Let's move on to Man United versus Burnley. This is a do-or-die moment for sure for Ruben Amorim. Dropping points against Fulham, walking out of there with 1 point, losing to Arsenal, even though they did play great football against Arsenal. They were just unlucky, but this is it. And also getting knocked out by Grimsby Town, a 4th division football club, in the second round of Carabao Cup. Not looking good for Amorim. Is it time for him to go? Even if he beats Burnley, we'll see. It's getting toxic. We all know what it's like when it comes to international break. They like to do their sacking right in the international break. So we'll see. Should he go? Should he stay? I'm gonna go for United. They're in a tough position because it's really not all on Ruben Amorim's fault. It's on the players and it's on the club as well. They've been doing this for, I don't know, Fergie's been gone for 13 years, right? Manager after manager, hasn't worked out. Ten Hag, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who got them second, they still fired him. Ten Hag, FA Cup, they still fired him. So we'll see. It's gonna be a tough game, but I'm gonna go for United. I know a lot of people will go for Burnley and would probably want Ruben Amorim to be sacked, but I'm gonna go for United. Leeds versus Newcastle. Newcastle, as I'm making this video, just signed for a striker for a lot of money. So I'm guessing they will let go Isak to us for 150 million euros or something, whatever the transfer record fee is. But I'm gonna go for Newcastle. Leeds is a team that I picked for relegation. They probably will go down, but Newcastle is too good. Eddie Howe is a great coach. They don't have Anthony Gordon. He will be missing for 3 games after that stupid red card on Van Dijk. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm gonna go for Newcastle. Brighton versus Man City. I'm gonna go with City. I feel like they are mad as hell for dropping 3 points last weekend. They played pretty poor last week against Spurs, so I'm gonna go with City. Brighton has been conceding a lot of goals. They've been playing poorly. I don't think it's the same Brighton, but if you want to put your money on a team beating City, it is gonna be Brighton Forest versus West Ham. I'm gonna go with Forest. This is another that's a do or die moment for their manager in Nuno, but I think Forest got this one. West Ham has been pretty poor this past 2 games. So Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. I'm gonna go with Villa. Last but not least, we have Liverpool versus Arsenal. We're going to be playing at home at Anfield. A few things that I want to talk about going to this game. Number one, we played 2 bad games and we found a way to win both games against Bournemouth and against Newcastle, and both of those games we went up 2 goals, we conceded 2 goals, and we had to find a way to win it at the last minute. So shout out to Federico Chiesa and Rio Ngamoa for scoring the winning goals in both games. I'm a bit scared because our defense, even though Van Dijk has been looking really good, but it's been really iffy. It's been unstable. On the other hand, you also have, Ekitike, who's been on form, 2 goals and 1 assist in 2 games. Mohamed Salah is giving out assists. Midfield, Gravenberch is back. Wirtz, showcase yourself in a game, especially against Arsenal. Frimpong is still out. Curious if Arne Slot's still gonna put Szoboszlai in there. And on the other hand, you have Arsenal. They gave Leeds 5 goals. And Gyökeres, who scored 2 last weekend. That's what you want as a striker. You want to find confidence. It's all about goals. It's great to see that he put up that type of performance last weekend. It is Leeds, but still, confidence as a striker is a big thing, especially when you score 2 goals. It's a big boost as well. They are without Saka, so Noni Madueke will be in place for Saka. They just signed Eze. They just signed a new center back in Himkape from Leverkusen. I don't think he will be in time. I think Eze might play actually. So that's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait. It's going to be a good, tough game. I am going to go for a draw. It might be a 2-2 draw or maybe a 1-1 draw. It's going to be very tough game for us. I'm not going to say that we're going to be a better team and win, because we haven't played that well in the past 2 games, even though we've won both games. It's going to be tough. That's it.